Spartan, I text my guy. Once he responds to me, I got you, brother.
Yeah. So yeah, Burrow says, Fresh, you got to stay seated in the front if you're wearing black. Okay, you want to read that one, Fresh?
Boreal, shout out to you, bro. Fresh, you got to stay seated in the front if you wearing black. Mondays after hours was hilarious when I saw you floating eyes and teeth looking, smelling at the ladies. Also, the Stan rebuttal at USC made me lose my mind. W. Henny breather, W. Gardo, W. Set bills.
And it's burro.
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 I can't do the art. I'm black. Cam, if you get money, you shall become every single girl's type. But if you're acting like a simp, she will never let you pipe. If you treat your girl like a queen, she'll get bored and go swallow another man's cream. Kings flirt with many and don't fall in love with any. Damn, that's hard. Pretty cold.
Oh God.
Are we on Rumble?
Yes.
All right.
Sweet.
So yeah. So look, man, I was gonna. So look.
See what I mean? Like,
throughout the course of this conversation, it's reconfirmed a couple of my opinions, and I'll give my opinion. You guys can give me what you guys think about this. I think women should be second-class citizens, and the reason why is because I don't think women have critical thinking skills. Throughout the course of the show, we've given a bunch of objective facts about why things are the way that they are. And some of you have been like, I don't agree with that. I don't like that. That's misogynistic or whatever. And it kind of made me think, damn, every single society since the beginning of time has always been led by men. Why? And then I think about it, and I talk to girls, not you guys or girls on college campuses or whatever. And regardless of education level, whatever, and it's just like, girls can't critically think, man. It's like your guys' feelings like get in the way of like thinking about things. Like what I'm saying offends you, so you're like, I can't think, And it's like, he's saying offensive stuff, so I can't look at the information and digest the information. And this is why I don't think women should vote. And I think you guys should be second-class citizens. And you guys should be in kitchens.
That's a lot, honestly. Damn. That is a lot. First of all, how dare you?
Sure.
How dare you, Myron?
All right, why do you disagree?
Because
You said women can't vote because we have more emotion than men?
I said I don't think women should vote because a component is you guys have more emotion than men, yes.
So you see how hard that was for you to agree with what I just said?
Damn. No, he tried to break it down.
I'm clarifying my position.
Yeah.
So it almost sounded like you're about to go
because you
against
asked me a question, a confirming type question. I was like, no, let me clarify. This is my position.
Why are you putting men on such a superior pedestal than women when you don't know if every man has the same exact thinking process, like emotional intelligence? Like, why do you say that?
Because men are superior to women. This is an objective fact.
Emotionally intelligent?
So men don't ever lean on women. Men don't need women, is what you're saying. Or men don't need them as much as women need them.
I mean, they can help.
Okay. Let me be clear about this. Men don't need women for survival. Women need men for survival.
That's a lie. That's
maybe
just
back
what
in
society.
the day.
Yeah, exactly. Because
There's some
people used to
bum
be,
ass men out here right now
people
living
used
off
to be
women.
married. Sorry.
Living off women.
Can I finish
They don't
my
do
sentence
shit.
real fast? What I said was, men don't need women for survival. We need you guys to propagate the next society. But for survival, you guys need us. We don't need you. You disagree?
Yes.
I've been surviving without a man.
Okay, if you lost power on water, what would you do? No phone.
I'll call the maintenance.
It's only you.
Maintenance man.
And two other girls. You lost power.
Well,
We
then
can
you
figure
said
it
the
out.
phone was out
YouTube it.
the,
What?
out the door.
Yeah, no. So what do?
You can figure it out. YouTube it.
What do you mean?
Nigga, there's
power's out.
There's no power. You cooked.
There's female electricians.
Mm-hmm.
Where?
And there's also those energy boxes. I don't know what they're called.
A generator.
You could use
A backup
The
generator.
point is, the men fix the power grids, right? They go
Wow.
up there and they fix it. That's the thing.
That's their preferred job because it's a blue collar job.
All right. So let me be more descriptive about this. Men are superior than women because we are better than you guys in almost every endeavor where men and women can compete.
Okay.
Okay? This is an objective fact. We are stronger than you. We have higher IQ than you. We created the world that you guys enjoy. We have all these modern conveniences. We literally said if the power went out, she said I would call the maintenance guy. There's a reason why it's called a maintenance man or maintenance guy and not a maintenance woman. Because women don't go into blue collar jobs. Women don't work these types of jobs. Women don't control infrastructure at all. Women don't invent anything at all either. And
We
women
have to
don't
look
build
back at
either.
history.
Thing
Not
is,
just
Who set
Girl,
that
calm your
system up?
emotions
I was
down.
just gonna say
Girls,
that
one
because
mic at a time.
History made women be in the house
So-
more and men do the handy
but you know
jobs.
what's the craziest thing about
Hold
all
on,
this?
hold
You
on.
guys are so superior than us, but y'all chase us so much.
For sex.
to smash.
But y'all can't do that on your own.
We can jack
Y'all
off.
are so up there.
We can jack
but
off.
You can't.
Okay.
Doug, you can't though.
A man
Because
is stronger.
that guy who didn't
Who are
have
you
sex
jacking
for
off
2
to,
weeks.
though?
He didn't have sex with his wife for 2 weeks. He couldn't jack off. He had to go his wife's sister.
Okay, so see what I mean when I say feelings? What I said was men are superior to women and we don't need you guys for survival. And then you went in and said, well, you need us for sex. That wasn't the point that I made. So, but again, this goes to prove my point. I'm telling you something that's factually true. It triggers you. You don't even think about what I actually said or respond to what I said. You're just responding off emotions, which proves my point again why you guys should be second-class citizens. Because you guys lack an ability to listen, reason, and then logically respond to what I said. Everything I said is true. Men build everything that you enjoy. Women don't. If we had to rely on female infrastructure, we would still be in caves and rubbing sticks together for heat.
One thing about it right now, though, you guys have an advantage because you have more age than we do.
We
okay.
have more. What?
You're older.
You're
Yeah.
older, yes,
Yeah.
sorry.
Thank you.
What does that have to do with men and women in general?
With us as a collective, imagine we were all here, 50, 30s, 45s, whatever, women of that age, and we were arguing these same exact topics. They have more experience and they have more things to talk about.
You want to hear something interesting? I've talked to the women at these age groups.
Okay.
Guess what? They're useless too.
Yeah.
Why do you say
Even
that?
more so.
Again,
They're older.
women don't contribute to society like men do. Men invent and create everything. Women just enjoy the benefits of it. That's all I'm saying. Women have been second-class citizens since the beginning of time, and we've done pretty good. It was recently within the last 60 years or so that we've given all the women all these rights, and guess what happened? Society is in the economy low, divorce rates high, birth rates down. Feminism.
But why is that? Because people used to be married off.
He's trying to explain.
I'm explaining it to you. It's
Okay.
because of feminism. As women have become more and more liberated, society's gotten worse and worse.
So you're
Because
saying
we
when women
actually
start acting like men?
Yes, that's a problem
Why would that be a problem?
because you're not men.
So you don't think a man gets stronger with a good woman by his side? He's not more motivated. He comes to the household, provides more, or do you think he's just strong by himself? If that was the case, men wouldn't really need women at all. No marriage or anything.
Once again, I said this explicitly earlier.
How can you procreate?
We don't need you guys for survival. We need you guys to propagate the next society.
Yeah.
So men just gonna breed and die alone. They never crave like a good household. They don't crave a good
saying
one
that.
by their
You're saying
side.
You can
for
come in and
survival.
assist the guy, but he's already built the castle.
Yeah.
You got
Like
it.
he said, for its survival.
So he's already doing business.
For
You can help
survival.
him with the mission, but that's it.
In other words, women are not as important as you guys think that you are. Like we have this society where we pedestalize you guys and tell you that you're queens and stuff like that. But I always kind of look at women as children, right? You know, none of you have kids, right?
No.
Okay. Well, have you had a little brother, a little sibling?
Yeah.
Okay. You know, like they like draw you a picture, but it's all like, and it sucks and it stinks or whatever. Like maybe peed
Yeah.
on it accidentally, whatever the fuck. Your dumb brother, little brother, and he gives you the picture, and you're like, oh my god, thank you so much, even though it sucks, but you still keep it. That's kind of how I look at women when they contribute to society. It's like, oh, this is so cute, you're trying, but like the reality is, you guys aren't really good at anything.
What?
And the more you guys get, you guys don't want to do that. You guys want to, you guys quit and want a family.
Hey, you know I'm telling the truth.
Yeah, it's just funny. Yo.
When a girl comes in and tells you, oh, I'm educated, I have these hobbies and these interests.
I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator.
You know what I mean? Like, bro, let's be honest. Like, we kind of like, we're like, oh, that's cool, but like, do we really care?
Yo, I got a master's.
This-
Congrats.
You got a PhD, you got a master's.
Why do you guys think that this is the reality of things? Because, bro, I find this so incredibly sad.
I know. Us too. Trust me.
Yeah, it's sad. Trust me. We know.
What is sad about
But
it
so
in
then
particular?
why do you accept it?
What is so sad about it in particular?
That you guys think that you are so much more superior than women. It's just
She's saying that you accepted this realistic ideology in a way. She's saying that like, why can't you be optimistic even against the fact that you're seeing and reading and whatever? Because
I'm
we see
glad.
it, but you can't see it. Like example with the club, I've seen women hounding on boys here in Miami, but it's like you guys are like taking that variable out and just saying, oh, only woman is or only men.
They're hounding on the top 1% in the
We
club.
already.
I can't fathom. I don't understand how you guys could just like be so proud of yourselves, just saying those things. Honestly,
But am I? How about this? Can you call me a liar? I understand that it offends you.
Pessimist.
I understand that it offends you, but can you call me a liar?
Oh wait.
How would we know if you're lying?
What did I say that wasn't true?
We don't really know what was true or false. We're
Okay,
just
what do you
saying.
suspect is true? Or sorry, what do you suspect is a lie then?
We're just saying, how would we know if you do lie? We're not saying you
Because
lied
the
about
thing is-
anything. We're just saying.
The thing, everybody has their own way of seeing things, and everybody's gonna find their own path and their own way. Obviously, that's your path. I'm gonna have my path. Everybody else in this room is gonna have their own path, and it's not gonna be the same. It's not gonna be the same opinions. I don't know. I can't
it's
see
biology.
that.
Men are built
So
from
then,
birth
okay.
genetically to be bigger, taller.
Yeah.
So
Men and
it's just
women
biology.
Is different.
I
They just
thi-
have different roles.
No?
I think. Yes.
Bodybuilder?
men and-
It's facts.
I
So,
think
I
it's
mean,
just
There you
lie.
go. See, Bob don't know.
It's not a lie.
Yeah, I mean,
That's not what
I
I'm
see.
talking
I understand
about,
that I'm
though.
offending you guys, but I'm still waiting for you guys to tell me I'm a liar. What did I say that isn't true?
I just think that it's real interesting coming to a male's podcast, because if you two went to an all females podcast, I feel like this conversation would be very different.
They have.
Yeah.
We
And
have.
it's interesting because I've had this I'm not saying much this whole time y'all were going back and forth, because I've had this conversation probably 100 different times, and there's not really an answer that we can come to as both genders, because you guys want to say, and in your world, it is that men are superior than women. In our world, we are superior than you.
Okay.
And then in some people's worlds, we're both.
Okay.
But
Can you explain to me how women are superior to men?
Please.
Go ahead.
You're saying
Enlighten
and he's
us.
saying men are going
I want to know
Yeah.
how women are superior to men in her. She's saying in her world, women are superior. So give me the tangible facts as to how women are superior to men.
Please.
it's just the same topics that we went over and you provided your statement. We felt like we provided our statement. Like, for example, we felt like as women, we are the most pursued. I feel like also as women, whenever we do get educations and we do have jobs, it is more looked up to than when a man does.
Oh,
Whenever we
Okay, so
have
you're two, just so I make sure I have this right. You're saying women are superior because they're pursued by men, and because when you
it's
guys.
not necessarily men anymore. It's looking up to as a society.
But can I also say something?
Hold on.
Wait, hold
no,
on, guys.
I gotta
One
know.
at a time.
I'm really trying to understand. You said women are superior. Can you
Yes.
please tell me why specifically, and just kind of.
Because no matter what a man has, they will never have a woman. A woman can have everything they want. They can have multiple men.
One thing about it, though,
Wait.
women can have exactly the same thing that men
Wait.
have,
Wait.
or
are
that
you
they
serious?
can do.
Yeah.
So your metric is that you can get multiple men.
Bro.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Bro, that's insane.
You guys are picking and
Bro.
choosing what you want to say.
Yeah, it's
I'm
a male
literally asking
podcast.
her.
It's
No, I'm literally asking her to say
That's
it.
what they're gonna do.
I'm asking her. I'm not telling her what to say. She said we are superior because we can get
This-
multiple men.
It's
You
a
said
discussion.
yeah.
That's her words.
We'll talk. We'll talk because that's what we're here to do. So, in my world,
Yapping.
Go ahead.
and as women, well, I can't speak as women. I'm going to speak for myself. I feel like
Merch.
we as ourselves, we don't look at a man and see that y'all are holy and this and that you guys want us to see you as.
We didn't say holy.
Is
It's
that
an
against the
example.
rules?
Don't
like-
interrupt her, guys. Let her speak. So why are women superior? Go ahead.
I feel like we are superior because we have more to prove in society. We are more chased upon. We are bringing more to the table than we have ever before. The world is evolving because of us. And it's changing.
For better or for worse.
So let me make sure I have this right. So you guys are
Different
chased. When you
aspects.
say chased upon, are you talking about chased upon by men?
Chased upon by anybody.
Can you please be
Men and
specific?
women. Men and women. There's a bisexual person here, men and women. Hey.
Okay,
Yeah.
for relationships, right?
Relationship
Okay.
That's the 1 out of 9.
Okay, cool. And then what was the second one again?
relationships, I feel like now we're changing the world.
How are you changing the world?
We're, like you said, in the last 60 years, we're now voting, we're adding contributions to society.
Okay, so you're saying, okay, so.
Like government, for example. We are now in government.
Okay. All right, so being chased upon by the opposite gender and changing the world by being involved in the government?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, and what else? Why else are women superior?
I feel like.
Women can bring a man, but a man can't bring a man. Does that make sense? Like, we can reproduce. How y'all
To
gonna
survive.
reproduce?
Okay, so having kids.
That's what I was gonna start saying as well. Biologically,
Biologically.
you guys cannot survive alone. As much
Yeah.
as you guys can say that men are definitely, listen before you get a little bit irritated. Yes, men have stronger physical
late.
prowess because biologically you guys are made by that. You guys are biologically more logical. We are biologically more emotional. Why is that? We bear children. hormones, obviously. But don't start saying that everything that a man does, a woman can't. Because a woman can really put her mind to doing anything.
Sure.
What if she doesn't want? What if she doesn't want to have children?
I'll address you
Go
here in a
towards that.
second.
Even abortion.
Going back to here, just okay. Chased upon by the opposite gender, changing the world by being in government. And what was the third thing you said?
At this point, I don't even remember.
That women can do whatever they want, the same way that men can.
Wow.
How is that not understand?
I just think men and women
You know
have
what?
different roles.
You know what? It's fine. We'll put 9 brains together. 9 women brains versus 1 man brain. Go ahead, ladies. Help her out here. How are women superior? She gave 2 reasons. Chased upon by the opposite gender, changing the world by being in government. Who else wants to add to that?
Okay, I'm going to add to that. Now we're becoming one of the main providers because men don't do it now.
Main financial providers?
Yes.
Okay. Who else wants to add to that? What else?
I think our emotional intelligence is a very valuable quality that men lack.
Define emotional intelligence for me.
I think being able to articulate your thoughts and feelings and just communicate effectively.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
Mhm.
The suicide rates for a man is higher
Hold
than
on.
women.
Emotional intelligence, and you're defining it as being able to communicate effectively?
Yes, and articulate your thoughts and feelings.
Communication.
Okay. Who else wants to add to that?
You got one. I know you got one.
Oh, I don't know. We have more understanding than you guys do.
Okay, more understanding.
Understanding of what, though?
Just anything in general.
Women are more
like,
flexible in ways.
Adaptable.
Yes,
Adaptable.
very much so. Because if a man thinks that this way,
Hold on. Let her finish her thing, then you can add. You said more understanding?
no, I was just helping her with being understanding. You have to be flexible.
Oh, you're a lawyer?
All right.
You said put 9 heads together.
All right.
So we're all
no,
putting it
yeah, that's
together.
fine. So more understandable, and you said, what was the other one? Adaptable?
Mm-hmm.
Flexible, being flexible with things. That's
Yoga, Pilates.
Okay,
No.
are we talking flexible?
God, please don't. Be
We
like
adapt to the condition that the guy's in, but the guys,
Okay.
it's harder for him to
So you
change
have
for his
the
girl.
ability to, you have adaptation skills to your environment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We love. Y'all don't love.
No, don't say that either.
Okay.
That's so mean.
Who else had something? Anything else?
Yeah, I just think men and women have different roles. Like, I don't think that women.
Yeah,
are
but the
supposed
argument is what makes women superior. She took the stance that women are
Yeah.
superior, so now we're putting all 9 brains together to
I
show how
wouldn't
women are
necessarily
superior.
say that. So.
Okay, you don't agree. Who else agrees with her, wants to give her a point and help her out here? Okay, let me read this back to you guys.
All right.
So women are superior to men because 1, they're chased upon by both men and women. 2, they're changing the world by being involved in government. 3, they're financial providers. 4, they have more emotional intelligence to communicate effectively. And then 5, more understandable, and they have adaptation skills. Do you guys want to add to any of that?
We put reproduction in there.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Freebie. Bingo.
Takes a
Shit.
big 5
We're
right
also
there.
nurturing.
That's 6. Anything else?
Nurturing.
Who said that? Nurturing?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to add in too? OnlyFans?
So to my channel.
Anything else?
All right.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to start debunking this one by one.
All right.
Let's start with the nurturing. Men make far better fathers than women make mothers when put in a single predicament, okay? There's a book that shows that single fathers do significantly better than single mothers, okay? Single fathers raise better children that end up not being degenerates versus single mothers raise rapists, criminals, degenerates, alcoholics, and bombers. Way higher likelihood of the kid being up. So when it comes to nurturing, men are actually better than that. So that's debunked. Reproduction. Well, unfortunately, you need 2 to reproduce. You need sperm and you need an egg. So that's kind of a moot point. More understandable / adaptation skills. I find it interesting that you guys are saying women have better adaptation. The reality is men have better adaptation because we are the ones that respond to the environment by creating things and making inventions to make your life better. That
What
is
makes you think that men are the only ones that do that, though?
90% plus of inventions have been created by men. So anyway, men by far
Because, sorry, keep going.
Wait, hold on. You talk kids? You teach kids?
So men are superior at adaptation because we are the ones that innovate and literally create inventions to adapt to society to make life easier. Most modern conveniences that you enjoy now were made by men. Women don't create anything.
Why is that though? Because men have been in that role for as long as we have been all a thing. Like
Really? Why do women dominate college attendance and higher education then, and still not innovate?
Because they didn't have it back from history.
Because they don't.
Women didn't have that many
You have
rights.
free choice right now. Why not do it?
Yeah, but
we are.
logically carries over. That from
it has been.
It's been years. It's been years. Come on.
Okay, and men
Not
have
enough
had
time that
way
you guys
more
have had.
centuries, like way more time than what
History
we have
plays
had.
a role
We
of
have
what's
had
going on
decades
now.
only for
Okay,
us to be.
I understand that, but you know now better, correct?
Okay.
So do better. Why not?
He
But we
just said
are. Who
women are
says
now
that we
in more
are?
higher education. Back then, it wasn't like
And you're
that.
still choosing to not do these jobs.
Who said that?
Who is that?
You girl.
Who's saying that we can't have an innovation
No,
job?
you can, but you don't choose it though.
Why wouldn't we? It's up to HR.
It's your education. You want to be a lineman, you want to be a plumber, but you choose to be in the office. AC all day.
Why do men
No,
choose
that's
that,
not
though?
everybody though.
Majority though is the
Why
point.
would a man want to choose that instead of being in an office job then?
No, I'm saying because men innovate, and men create. You guys just kind of like
You moving.
Women could do the same thing.
Yeah, they
can,
could, but they
choose not
don't.
though.
It's what he's
the point.
saying.
For example, you train men and women, right?
Yeah.
Your profession. How many women actually train other men? Not many, right?
I feel like a lot more women would.
I don't know. I'm not really. Like,
Let me
in
continue
that world.
debunking their ridiculous claims.
All
So, reproduction, we destroyed that. Nurturing, we defeated that. Adaptation, we already defeated that because men are the ones that invent, which is literally the definition of adaptation because you're creating inventions to adapt to a growing society. Women don't invent anything. More understandable, I don't really know how that makes you more superior, but whatever. Emotional intelligence, communicating effectively. Really? All the top podcasts are men. All the top audio type books are from men. The best authors are men. So I don't think women are better communicators. That's a fallacy. Financial providers. Most of the wealth is controlled by men, actually. Men, literally the billionaires, etc. The richest women all made their money by inheritance or divorce. So men are actually better financial providers. Changing the world by government. There's really no successful society that's run by a woman. The United States, the strongest economic powerhouse. China and Russia, some of the strongest countries, nuclear powers, run by men, so that's not true. And if anything, the economy's gotten worse by allowing women to vote because ever since the 1960s, we've progressively become worse. And then chased upon by both men and women. I mean, if you want to use that as a metric of superiority, whatever. But the reality is women are actually chasing a small minority of men. So everything you guys said here is wrong.
Okay.
But I'll tell you how men are superior. We control the wealth. We're stronger, physically superior, more intelligent. Most human beings of high IQ are men. Most geniuses are men. Men create almost everything when it comes to inventions. We're better than you guys when it comes to sports, even in other competition where it's not even necessarily physicality. When it comes to chess or video games or driving, men have more dexterity. Yeah, I mean, we're better cooks than you guys, despite the fact that women say that they can cook. Yeah, I mean, men are better than women in almost every regard if you actually put them against each other competing. This is why we have to have separate leagues for you guys because you suck so much.
Do you think it's because men support men more than women support women? Like how you said about your podcast with men, wouldn't this be mostly men watching this versus than women?
What does that have to do with women being inferior?
It's just you have saying more men are better in this, like example, sports. That would
Yes.
make more sense because, like you said earlier,
Physically, you are more.
from an intelligence standpoint too.
mentor-wise,
Men have
friendship-wise,
higher IQs.
he was just saying earlier, he was like, I would not hang out with a dude I don't like, right? You see it more in women. That also plays a role. And why, like, you guys are more dominant in certain fields because you have more mentorship and support. Do you think if women thought more like men like that, women would have dominated that area?
To be fair, women don't support other women. Look at WNBA games.
Yeah, but the WNBA is not nearly as fun as the NBA because they have from like both
The point
support.
is women don't support each other.
That's what I just said. That's what I
Kim's
just
trying to
said.
I still don't understand. What is your argument here? How women are more superior to men?
You're saying men are more superior. Example, like your podcast, where you said a podcast, there's more men led, right? But that's because so much more men are watching that. What if this was a woman podcast with the same people? More women have been watching that.
Oh, okay. I see your point now. You're talking about the point about communicating more effectively. No, I said the reason why I said the top podcasts are run by men is because men communicate more effectively. This is why they're more listened to and more popular. Female-run podcasts
No, because they're
are not-
less adaptable. Women will be and stand with other women that they don't like. There is a certain few that will do that, but men don't do that, is what I'm saying.
women listen to podcasts too. It's just that they don't care about listening to female co-hosts talk about stuff like Call Her Daddy, for example, one of the most popular female podcasts.
Split.
All they talk about is sex and being nothing interesting.
Lie.
That's quite literally what they talk about.
Which one is it called? Which one?
You don't even know what
You don't even
which
know.
one is.
I don't even
Yes,
know
I
it.
do. I
Actually,
just-
and there was
yeah.
2 people and it split because they couldn't agree. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, so men actually communicate more effectively. Women say that they communicate more effectively, but the reality is you guys don't.
They deal with more emotions only.
You know,
Mainly, you get triggered, you get mad.
Because again,
Maybe because we're passionate about something.
It's fine. It's fine.
okay, that doesn't
wrong.
refute. You can make the excuse why you guys are inferior, but the point is that you guys are inferior. That's all I'm saying.
I don't.
I mean, you can
don't
argue
agree
that they're
with
more emotional in relationships, but like that doesn't really help the case.
No, I'm saying like passionate in arguments because we want to get our point across because we
That's not a
want
good
to
thing.
be heard.
Yeah,
why,
but sometimes
why wouldn't we want to be
doesn't make
heard?
sense.
Why do you want to
so-
argue with your man?
I'm not speaking on those terms, but okay.
No, you can argue, but don't just
She's trying to make the argument that women are more passionate about their points. Well, I actually
Because
disagree
we
with that.
actually want. Okay. Fine.
Oh, really? Okay, let me ask you this.
All
How
right.
many revolutions have been led by women?
I don't know.
None. They've all been led by men. I would argue passion, if we really want to talk about it, pick up a sword and fight or a rifle. Women don't do that.
But why has that happened though?
Because they're physically inferior. That's why. Every revolution
No,
has been
because
led by men.
they just-
It's not been led by women because women are weak. They can't fight to defend their beliefs. Men can though.
And it's okay. It's okay.
That's fine. This is why you guys talk to go.
So
out
even in
together.
this argument that you're making with passion, women don't defend nothing. It's the men.
Yeah.
The freedom you enjoy now, guess what? Some from England came here on a boat, battled scurvy to create the United States of America that you enjoy now. Ain't no women do anything with that.
America.
All right.
See, here's the problem. Women don't understand. A lot of the privileges and benefits that you guys enjoy, it was created by men. Women don't create nothing. You guys
Because we
exist.
just recently
Because of how
had the
history
opportunity.
was.
Exactly. We just recently had the opportunity to be to like. What's
No,
the
but-
word?
You know,
Sorry.
history, what happens? The winners dictate the future. So y'all lost. There
Why
go.
do you think the 4 wives things is so big in Islam?
Because women are replaceable.
No.
Why?
Quite literally,
It's
that's
because
why
when the
it's have
prophets
kids.
was traveling in the places that he was stopping or whatever, he needed help from a woman when he was leading God's words and everything. That's where the whole concept of 4 wives came in.
Bruh, it was to have
Even
more
that's
kids.
someone that's like a prophet.
Spread seed
It
to
was to have
multiply.
more kids,
No, it
man.
wasn't.
Yes, it
Spread
was.
seed to multiply was why it happened. Not because of he needs some help. He has God helping him. Why you hold on?
God was
prophet-
helping them. It would have been. Why is there so many of them then? Why did if God was helping him? There's
Because
so
God
many
knows
more.
man's needs. And he knows that he needs to multiply.
Okay,
Ta-da.
how would you multiply? How would you multiply?
Different women.
Yeah, different girls.
But that means women are superior then because he needs.
No.
Okay.
It's because I need to plant some seed somewhere so you can hold the seed.
You
Like
think-
it's obvious.
That's not what the concept of 4 wives came from. We can go band for band on that one.
Wouldn't it be the same way for women?
You're
though?
are you literally referencing the most patriarchy-based religion in the world right now, trying to make a point on females?
Huh?
The Quran?
What about it?
You're using the religion of Islam, which is a patriarchy-based religion.
Patriotic-based religion.
Patriarchy-based religion.
Patriarchy.
Okay. I don't know what that means.
Mercy.
What does that mean?
Well, basically, men first. Simple terms.
Can you like elaborate?
No, that's
Like
exactly.
traditional, like.
So basically, whenever you have a city, country, what's the right word for it? Society,
Okay.
men
In the community.
dominate
Okay.
and they control things.
Patriarchy is a male-led
Okay.
society.
Yeah.
Islam is literally a male-dominated religion. So is Christianity and Judaism. I find it amazing that you're trying to reference a religion that is a patriarchy to try to make a point on women being equal.
Y'all need a shot. Holy
That's
shit.
comedy.
All right.
Okay.
I feel like it's just a lot
You know
of
what?
back
You know
and
what?
forth.
Honestly,
Defeated.
this conversation shows that we're superior to you guys.
Defeated.
You have a master's degree. Some of you guys have bachelor's degrees. You guys are educated, yet you can't even make a cogent, salient argument about why women are superior. You want to know why? Because they're not.
Okay.
But instead of conceding and saying, you know what? You guys are right. Women benefit from all the inventions of men. Women really they're not superior to men in any regard. That's what would be the smart thing to do. But instead, you guys are trying to make arguments that don't exist, don't make points. Quite literally, she said we're changing the world by being in government, but no powerful government is run by women. Like, this is crazy to me.
Because they don't have the much support.
That's true.
But you don't mind
Whose fault
fresh.
is that?
You don't mind fresh.
The society.
Because
It's your fault. Women don't support
How
each
is
other.
that our fault?
You don't support.
We're the one that's trying.
Wait, hold on. You said women don't get support?
Yeah.
Are you aware of the fact that women dominate college attendance now? They're getting more jobs in corporate. They get affirmative action.
Why
they
is
get
that,
preferential
though?
hiring.
Why is that though? Because
people
through
were
all
fighting
life,
for that.
it has been only men and men
And men having all these roles.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. We've overcorrected. We've given you guys these programs to
Okay.
get involved in the
Yes.
workforce, right?
Yes.
Guess what women have done?
You're blaming women for everything that's gone down?
No. I'm blaming you guys for not joining these job fields that you guys fought to be a part of.
We're not joining these job fields?
No, you're not.
You're not.
Women.
So once you get 30, you want to be married and have kids and family.
What do you mean job field? Handyman?
No.
Yeah, women don't tend to join job fields that men dominate, like plumber, handyman.
And that's not corporate
But
jobs.
those are the only jobs that you
Women
guys are
did try to
talking
run for
about.
president.
Y'all aren't talking about any other jobs?
Oh my
See, here's the problem. See, this is what I'm trying to say.
Wow.
You guys have more opportunity than ever before. You get affirmative action, you get preferential treatment, you're able to get all the same opportunities as men. You guys, you know what happens when women get chances or choices? They choose to do jobs that aren't physically laborious. They don't want to do blue collar work. They don't want to do construction. They don't want to do military. They don't want to do anything that deals with infrastructure. They want to sit in an air conditioned office and chill.
And that's fine.
And that's fine. But that's your choice.
That's what all women want?
A
Or
majority.
is that a percentage?
Staggering majority of women want office jobs where they are chilling, hanging out.
Or like stay-at-home jobs.
Or stay-at-home jobs.
Yeah.
They want to work from home. You know what? I'll just say women are f***ing lazy, if I'm going to be honest, because you guys don't want to do certain jobs, which is fine. But men, we will take these jobs on because they pay more, because there's a burden of performance on us to earn money. Because guess what? We don't get unless we make money.
Yeah.
You, on the other hand, can get without making money.
Facts.
So you're not going to work as hard as we do. Sorry.
Just because we don't want to work certain jobs does not make us lazy. I don't know who told you that. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, we can be in bed. Like, we're not lazy. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Just because we don't want to work certain jobs does not make us lazy.
Yeah, I don't think
Period.
lazy was the correct word, but I just
It
think that men
definitely
and
wasn't
women
the What's the right
word?
have different.
I don't know, but it's not lazy.
Selective.
Yeah,
That- that's lazy for you not knowing.
I don't want.
How is that
think that's
lazy?
the word.
So you're choosing easier work.
That's lazy for you not knowing.
So what is that?
Not lazy, just selective. Obviously, different. Everyone has a different perspective. Let's say you have a bodybuilder here that's a female. She would obviously want to do that.
Answer the
way
mic, please.
more. Then you have another girl here, probably a nail technician or something. It goes differently.
How many male technicians for nails have you seen? Male.
I mean, do it really need nails to
Males would be like the plumbing.
Do it really need nails to help society though?
Asian spots have a
Do
few
you
men.
really need nails to help
But,
society, ladies?
I mean, the point is here is that like you're still choosing to do less work. So
Yeah, I just think men and women have different.
indirectly you're kind of being lazy. Still.
no one needs
I don't
nails
think
to help
that's-
society, man.
I don't think it's being called lazy.
All right, man.
I just feel like we shouldn't speak throughout the whole world of females so broadly when everyone is very specifically different in their own ways.
That is
I agree. You guys are speaking in very
obviously,
general
listen,
terms.
before obviously, it does go hand in hand with reasoning.
Biology, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You guys are just physical prowess, and obviously a lot more since the past. Whatever.
It's funny. The girls who are quiet is, I think you guys agree. Your girls agree. The girls that are quiet. The girls who like don't know, just talk the whole show. And you girls don't even know, which is pretty funny. Like, just listen to what he's saying, and explain your points.
You just want him to just be. I mean,
No.
a yes man.
We
That's
gave
all.
you an hour to explain your points, and you can't do it. That's the point. The girls who are quiet, they're judging you right now. Like, damn, these are
this
Let
podcast.
them judge.
I'll keep it a thousand
Literally,
with you guys.
everybody else in this
And you
podcast
look,
is going to judge.
This
What are we
conversation
gonna
that we've
do
had
about
here,
it?
I don't know if you guys have noticed, but clearly one party is far more equipped to have this discussion than the other. That's fine. But isn't it incredible how even when outclassed with statistics, facts, reality, the women still want to engage and try to say that they're right. And this, my friends, is why since the beginning of time, women have been second-class citizens.
Okay.
Because you guys, don't know what you're talking about, can't prove your points, make asinine points that don't make sense to the argument at hand, and you're arguing off of feelings versus logic. See, if we were having a debate on nails and acrylic, I wouldn't sit here and try to debate with you guys on that, because clearly you would be more educated on it. I'd be like, damn, you know what? I don't really know about this. I will defer authority to them so they can speak about this.
Yeah.
But you guys are speaking about this from a narrow-minded, uneducated, unaware point with people that talk about this all the time and have the numbers on their side.
past 4
That
years.
is one of the big differences between men and women. When men are intellectually outclassed, they shut up and listen. When women are intellectually outclassed, you guys want to sit here and try to argue and prove your point. When in reality, a lot of you are double-digit IQ. Okay? No offense. But this is why, for a very long time, women have been second-class citizens. Because you guys lack the ability to reason and logic. I gave you a chance to literally make an argument why women are better.
Yeah,
and you
fair
went
enough.
ahead and said, they're chased upon by men and women.
That was pretty funny, actually. That was funny, though. I'll give you that.
She really thought that was smart. She said, we're changing the world by being in the government. What government? Every world power is run by men. Every country that has nukes is run by men. What are you talking about?
But Myron, men don't give us chances to do so.
But this is what I'm trying to say. Women will sit there and argue a point that they don't know what the f- they're talking about to argue.
You brought in an audience, a group of women that's talking about their experience, and we're talking to someone that
and-
read this for like 10 years.
And we're telling you the
Yeah,
truth so
but
you understand what's
You
happening in
studied
real
this,
time.
bro.
Yeah,
like-
but we're telling you through experiences the stuff that you're telling us, it's not accurate.
But
No.
experience versus truth is
Yeah, but
relative,
but,
right?
But come on, Kim, you live in Miami, right? So your experience is
You
very
can't even
minute.
use your experiences to prove me wrong. That's the funny part.
I just told you talking about the man and woman in the club. There's been hella multiple instances which older women are targeting younger men.
That's okay. Let's say that this happened and this happened. It's a minority.
Hmm.
Not true. No.
Huh?
Is it a majority?
Yes.
What do you mean if it didn't happen to me?
Cougars targeting men. Is that a majority?
I don't know what's the stats on anything because I don't research into stats.
That's
So
the
why are you
point.
talking?
But what do you mean? You're saying it like, oh, it's just the way you're coming off and perceiving and telling us these things is just men this, men is just, and we praise men. Like,
Yeah,
that's
but
how you're coming off
Kim,
to us
there-
No
telling
one
me.
said to praise men. I just gave you a set of facts.
Yeah.
You came to that conclusion on your own. I didn't say praise men. I just said we're better than you guys in almost everything and we're superior. And that is factually true. You can't even name one thing that women are better at.
We just gave you 9 things.
And I debunked all of them.
Yeah.
It was actually 7.
Well, don't say we didn't give you like stuff to say about them. You just said it like you couldn't even tell me one.
They're wrong though.
But they're not.
I
accurate.
debunked them.
Yeah, I just told you. Come on, UM. You got it, UM. Master's degree.
She got a master's degree too, bro. That's
Yeah,
the
I
crazy
know.
part,
I know.
man.
It's
Cooked, man. Cooked.
Man.
we got more chats and the girls' last thoughts.